So in this video of the home buyer series, I wanted to highlight how to submit an offer on a home. Now within this video I'll discuss submitting successful offers, what it's like to submitting an offer in a seller's market versus a buyer market, and the criteria that goes into submitting an offer. If you would like, comment and share this with anyone that bring any value, and on YouTube if you would subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. So when you find, as a home buyer, when you find a home you want to buy, now it's time to put in an offer. This can be stressful for buyers, especially if you don't have all the right information. So prior to submitting an offer, make sure that you sit with your real estate agent, go through all the buyer agency paperwork, go through all the property disclosures and property information sheets that are available on the home you want to put an offer in on, and then you can start discussing the type and amount of an offer you should put in on a home. Now prior to this point, you should already have your pre-qualification or pre-approval in place that provide or gives you an outline of the budget and the amount of money you can afford in a new home. Now this is typically based on the mortgage payment that you want to pay every month, because most mortgage lenders will take the mortgage payment you want to pay every month on a home and kind of reverse engineer it from there to come up with the top dollar that you could be approved or qualified for when buying a home. So how do you put in an offer? So to put in an offer, a real estate agent needs your pre-qualification and your pre-approval. We need to complete the buyer agency paperwork. We need to have you sign the property disclosures and property information on the home, and then complete and go through, review, and sign a contract to purchase. A contract to purchase is a contract that all parties that sign the contract, both buyer and seller, are bound to this contract. There are safety nets built in as you go through the home buying process, but the contract to purchase is a binding contract. Now, let's talk about successful, or trying to put forth a successful offer. It's very tricky in a seller's market, which we are currently in Syracuse and Central New York, and most of the country. Some of the country is in different types of markets, but overall, it's a seller's market. If you're putting an offer in on a home that just got listed within maybe a few days, maybe that day, it's very difficult to try to negotiate an offer less than the asking price that the seller has put forth. In a buyer's market, that's different. Buyer's market, there's plenty of inventory to go around, not as many buyers, and you can generally negotiate a deal that may work out to your benefit as a buyer. In a seller's market, if it's a home that's been listed by a couple of days, 3-4 days, maybe within the week, typically you're going to have to be at asking price or higher. Now, as a buyer, you may have the ability, or you may have it may be specified in your pre-approval, an amount of seller's concessions. Now, seller's concessions at closing benefit the seller because it helps them sell the home, and it benefits the buyer because it helps a buyer get or purchase the home. And what it is a specific amount of money. Typically, it's 3%, 3 to 4% on a conventional pre-approval, and up to 6% on a government-insured mortgage of the asking price, that is, of seller's concessions at closing. So, you may be looking at $5,000-$6,000 that the seller is willing to concede at closing to help you purchase the home. But when it comes into making an offer on the home, it's typically kind of a play on money, and it may be something that you are financing within your offer. But if you are looking at say $150,000 home, and it's a brand new listing, you really love the home, and you are possibly looking maybe at $5,000 in seller's concessions. So if it's a competitive situation, or even if it's not, say you want to make sure that the seller is getting that $150,000 asking price, you would place your offer at $155,000, getting that $5,000 in seller's concessions, making sure that the seller gets the asking price as profit, so to say, at $150,000, and that's what you ultimately would be financing, is that $155,000. In a multiple offer competitive situation, you're going to have to go higher than asking, especially if you really want the home. If you're in love with the home and really want this home, you're going to have to be well above the asking price in a competitive situation to be able to win that bidding war. There's a lot of homes that go on the market where they have 3, 4, 5, 8 offers on the home. It's very dependent on your pre-approval, the type of loan you're pre-approved for, the terms, and the amount of money that you put down. This can be a very frustrating process, especially if you have a number of offers that are turned down for higher offers because you didn't go higher than the offers that are submitted. There are buyers that go in at a lower amount within their budget in order to go $5, $10, sometimes even $15,000 over asking because they love the home that much that they want to win the bidding war. The problem is that when you get up $10,000, $15,000 over asking, now when the bank appraiser comes through, as real estate agents, as mortgage loan officers, as the buyer, you got to kind of sweat that out a little bit to hope that the home is going to appraise for that amount. And that's where your real estate agent needs to do the due diligence of looking at comparable sales in the neighborhood, looking at home values and home appreciation in that neighborhood to make sure that if you go that much higher over asking price, that the home is actually going to appraise for that amount. So have that relationship with your real estate agent, work with your real estate agent to come up with the most competitive offer necessary to purchase a home depending on the type of real estate market that you're in. So again, if you would like, comment, or share, drop a question if you have any questions in the comments. Subscribe to this channel if you're on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. If there's anything at all I could ever do for you, just let me know. Have a great day.